Okay, Act 4, Scene 1, again in the beginning of Macbeth's downfall. He gives himself over to forces of darkness, the ideas of chaos, irrationality, and the idea of impulsiveness. He will act purely on instinct, and it's departure from the educated, rational, kind of thinking person that he was in Acts 1 and 2. All right, so a great departure. So we're going to have a look here. Again, a cavern in the middle of a fiery cauldron, thunder. Again, enter three witches. Immediately, the audience understands that this is not an edifying place. So those stage directions are quite kind of clear to set the scene. Okay, the witches begin their spells. Thrice the branded cat hath mewed, thrice upon the hedge when wing, harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go when the poisoned entrails throw the toad and under stone days and nights is 31. Again, we got idea of venom, poison. Okay, we've got double, okay, toil and trouble. Okay, fillet of a fenny snake. Okay, will of bat. Some pretty disgusting things are going in here. Hell broth boil. And it's just, you know, it seems comical to us now when people say things like double, toil and trouble. But this is where it came from. And to see this for the first time would have been quite shocking for many people. They wouldn't have witnessed like witches or anything like that. And it's quite, to us, it seems comical, but not then. If you'd have seen this for the first time, it would be quite disconcerting. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, dragon and wolf. We got idea of kind of vicious, untamable things, witches, mummy, maw, and gulf. And so here we've got this idea of things that are quite hard to do. There's a lot of effort that's going into this spell. The root of hemlock that kind of killed off Socrates. Socrates, the father of reason and philosophy, a possible allusion there. Okay, allusion to Socrates. Okay, in a way, the father of logic or reason, we could probably see that idea. Digged in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat, lips of ewe, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of, this is particularly kind of disturbing, the finger of a birth strangled babe. This is a murder victim, all right? And really quite distasteful, horrible things that are not in any way funny. Double, toil and trouble, fire burning cauldron bubble. And then we get Hackett makes her second appearance. We are discounting Hackett in the first. Oh, well done, I commend your pains, blah, 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 like elves and fairies, the music and the song, the second witch by the, and again, a very famous quote. Let's look at this. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes, not someone or Macbeth comes, but the second witch described as something, okay, in a way that Macbeth is so debased that they don't consider him even human. Something, so he's a thing, but also an idea, that idea of chaos and irrationality that comes with that. Enter Macbeth. And again, we get that. How now, you secret black and midnight hags, what is it you do? And here he seems comfortable. Here he seems very comfortable, almost commanding in a way. He's kind of, it's fascinating, kind of his how do we say, his interaction with them. A deed without name. I conjure you by that which you profess. Okay. The idea of darkness. He draws them forth from darkness. However you come to know it, answer me. Will you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches through the yesterday waves, confine and swallow navigation up, bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down, the castles toppled on their warders' heads, the palaces and pyramids do slope, their heads to the foundations through the treasure of nature's Germans tumble all together, even till destruction sicken. Answer me to what I ask. And I want you to think that what he's asking is almost just, it's destruction. Let's look at that. Okay. We've got the idea, untie the winds that fight against churches. Okay, the yesterday waves. Okay, the toppling castle, the corn. Okay, the idea of foundations falling even till destruction. And what he's saying is really quite destructive. Speak, demand, we'll answer. Okay. If thou hast heard it from the mouths, from our masters. Okay. Now here, Macbeth is cutting out the middleman. He's not going to the witches. He's going directly from who they summon, their power. It doesn't tell us, all right? But here, let's have a look. Pour in sighs blood that had eaten her 9 farrow, grease that's sweating from the murderer's gibbet throw into the flame. And these are quite, the imagery is dark and evil, all right? The pig that ate their litter, all right? The idea of the murderer's gibbet. Now, a gibbet, okay, is where they used to hang your body once you were dead as a warning. So it'd hang you out in like a cage until really there was nothing left but bones and things would come and pick at you. So it's the grease of the dead body as it decays that the witches are throwing in there. This is really horribly distasteful. Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show. And then we get the first apparition. Tell me thine unknown power. He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say naught. Don't speak. Okay. The first apparition. Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife, dismiss me. Enough. Beware the Thane of Fife. All right. He says, whether thou art for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. Already, he's telling him things he already knows. Yeah. Beware the Thane of Fife. Well, we know that because you already fear him. Okay. So, but one more word. He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the second. The second, a bloody child. Okay. Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Had I 3 years, I'd hear thee. And he's almost kind of bullish, a little bit sarcastic. Be bloody, bold, and resolute. All right, and we get that nice, bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man. For the unborn of woman shall harm Macbeth. All right, and immediately on the superficial element of that, it means he's kind of indestructible. But remember, equivocation is our watchword. Okay. Everything we know is not as it seems. Not as it appears. And interestingly, Macbeth just simply takes this at face value. And in a way, it's a little bit of what we call wishful thinking. Macduff, what I need fear of thee, but yet I have assurance double sure to take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live. Okay? Thou shalt not live. I'll take a bond of fate. I'm going to kill you anyway so that I don't have to fear you. that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies in sleep in spite of thunder. And here we kind of thinking that Macbeth's kind of living in a bit of a wishful thinking environment here, where he kind of wants it to be true. He doesn't want to be defeated. He wants to be, he wants to be, in a way, acknowledged. Okay. The third apparition. A child crowned with a tree in his hand. Okay. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty? He's talking about the crown. Who is this crowned king? And he asks this question, but I think he already knows the answer. Okay. Listen, but speak not to it. Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care. Who chafes, who frets, where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never be vanquished until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come. So Dunsinane is the kind of the capital, the kind of palace of the king. Burnham Wood is close by, and so it's saying, shall come against him. All right, and immediately Macbeth is in that frame of mind. He won't be contradicted, for he says, that will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree, and fix his earthbound root? Sweet Bodeman's good, rebellious dead rise never. Oh, hold on a second. Well, actually, they have. Banquo did. I mean, he's come as a ghost. To the wood of Burnham rise our might, high place Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if you art and can so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom? Now here, he kind of, in a way, he doesn't think logically. All right, he doesn't think that this is possibly a metaphor. He just basically takes it in its literal sense. Okay. Macbeth convinces himself of that. Seek to know more. I will be satisfied. Deny me this, an eternal curse fall upon you. Let me know the cauldron descends. Why sinks that cauldron, and what noise is this? Show, show, show. Show his eyes and grieve his heart, like shadows so depart. Okay. And here, the show of 8 kings, the last with the glass in his hand. And the glass is actually a mirror. Okay. Banquo's ghost is following. And in a way, we've got this idea of, that sort of Aristotelian idea of a nemesis, or okay. Can you read that? Okay. Nemesis. Okay. And then Macbeth begins. Thou art like the spirit of Banquo, done, like crown to sear mine eyeballs and my hair. Thy other gold-bound brow is like the first. The third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth, start, yes. What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? And remember, Macbeth's lineage is finished. Once he dies, that's it. There are no more Macbeths. But with Banquo, we are starting to see a possible future, if we believe that, of all the lineage going back. Now, he doesn't question it. He never questions the witches. Yeah, he doesn't. He just simply accepts that. And another a 7th, and the 8th appears. The 2 fall bulls treble scepters carry. The bold, bulgard boatman smiles upon me and points at them for his. What is this so? And I want look at the question marks, exclamation marks here. Okay, here it's questioning those kind of it's fraught. It's kind of not good. He's kind of questioning everything. Okay. And then the first would serve. Aye, all this is so. Why stands Macbeth such amazingly? Come, sisters, we cheer up his spirits and sprites and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antic sound. They leave. Where are they gone? Gone! Let this pernicious hour stand ye accursed in the calendar. Come in without you there. Stop there for a moment.